Welcome to another episode on our channel. I do have another unboxing. Sorry about that. This is not my favorite thing to do. I'd rather show customs, but this is something that trickled in, and I do want to open them as I get them in case there are problems. And I like to do them on camera in case there are significant problems, and I have some evidence that there are some significant problems. And hopefully that was better with a return or something like that. But anyway, we will get back to our World War II collection. We still have a little more to do. We talked about Germany. We talked about the Soviet Union. We talked about Poland. We talked about the Polish resistance fighters. We talked about France. We talked about the French resistance fighters. We talked about Italy. We talked about Japan, we talked about China, we talked about United Kingdom. We have a couple more United Kingdom soldiers to do and a few more United States figures to do, or a United States figure for the first time, plus a few more. So we are almost done, and unless I think there's another country that just fascinates me and I need to add to that collection, I think I'm done with World War II. So anyway, that hopefully will end up soon. The other thing is, please don't forget to enter the new giveaway gift process. So that'll come at the end of August, last day of August, 11:59 Pacific Daylight Savings Time. We'll announce a new winner. The new winner will be able to choose from one of 5 prizes. The winner for this last time was Elite Action Joe Studios, Pat. He won, and he's debating between a custom and the Bat Pod. We're trying to work on the custom, seeing if this is going to work out for him. We'll figure it out, though, eventually. But regardless, there'll be one of 5 prizes for August that you can choose from. And we'll let you know what those 5 prizes are as soon as we know. And then in September, you'll be able to choose one of 4 prizes. So as one prize is removed, your pool of choices go down until we hit December, and it'll just be 1 prize left in terms of selection. So whatever that might be, hopefully you want it and still want to enter. But we will keep going until December. And then who knows, maybe sometime in the middle of the year, the following year, we'll be doing this again. It's our way to say thank you to the community. This has been a ton of fun. It's been an unexpected ride, and we so enjoy doing this, but we don't have a ton of time to do as many episodes as we've been accustomed to doing in the past. Especially this year, my work is going to get very intense for the next year, and then things will settle down again. But in the meantime, it's going to be a bit more sporadic. So hang in there. But we aren't going to go away. We still enjoy doing this so much. And anyway, enough of that. Don't forget to enter into the contest, or I should say the giveaway gift process. Just put the word entry in a comment section, and we'll put your YouTube handle name on our list. Do it only once, because we need to have a level playing field. And go back and read the original instructions for the giveaway gift process for July, because we're following the same rules and guidelines and policies. So 1 person per entry, 1 entry per person, I should say. And hopefully it'll be a short pool like it was this last time around. So you had really good odds at getting a winning outcome there. Only 1 winner who'll be able to choose for August 1 of 5 items. In September will be 1 of 4 items, because we keep removing something that someone has chosen to go ahead and take and claim. So the only other thing I need to remind you of is we don't have unlimited finances to send to different countries, other than we think we can get away with Canada and with Mexico, because it shouldn't be too bad in terms of shipping and handling. But other countries, I think, are going to be too costly to send to, which is frustrating because we would really like to make this more international. But anyway, let's open it up and see what I have here. The nice thing is, I think it's a Hot Toys figure. I'm pretty sure it is, but they put it in another box. It's so nice when a company does that. Time Walker Toys does that. Big Bad Toy Store does that. Sideshow doesn't do that unless you're getting more than one figure. So let's open this baby up and see what we have. And even more paper and more paper. So it's a lot of paper. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. So this is an Iron Man Mark II. Here. And in terms of the box, top heavy. There's a little ding down here. I think you can kind of see it. Yeah. But other than that, and of course, it's probably going to be in the front if there is damage. Isn't that how it always works? All right. So let's see what we have. So if there's any damage, it would be there. So far, I don't see any. All right. In the back, and no, I don't think there is any damage, despite the mailer box issue. There's that awful sticker again, but I know why they have to do that. And I'm just glad they're fairly easy to pull off. And I don't know why they couldn't just put it in the back. I mean, it's not like we're not going to look at the back. So we'll see the warning. They don't want you to swallow any batteries or anything like that. And that's good. But I think we're doing okay with the box. So there's foam here. So the best way for me, I think, to get it out is this way. The top. This is kind of anxiety producing to me. It's in here pretty tight. Just work it out slightly. My biggest fear is for it to crack. All right. Here is the head sculpt. Hello, Simon. Are you okay, baby? Coughing. That's a wonderful head sculpt. Okay. So what I'll do, he's got lots of foam around body parts. I almost feel like I need to have gloves on so I don't get any fingerprints on this guy. Man, is he, well, he's just really balanced. Absolutely well balanced. So we'll pause, get everything out, and I'll get all the foam pulled away. And I won't be able to tolerate having this head on on this guy. So on goes the head sculpt with Tony Stark. So we will be right back. We are back, and we're going to do this in stages because it's so complicated and it's a lot of things to juggle. One of the first things I should say is don't do anything with these screws. Usually when I see a screw and you're given a screwdriver, if it's the screw, you start to think you need to open those things up. So I undid all 4 screws only to find out nothing comes apart here. And this is not battery powered, so I don't need to open this up. There's a little slot over here for your cable. It doesn't come with a cable. But yeah, don't mess with the screws. Not important to do so. You can put the holder in here. It's very sturdy. It comes with 2 decorative pieces that you can put on each side of the stand. So for each piece comes 3 of these pieces, 6 altogether. Looks like this. It's like seems robotic-like to a certain extent. But there's a peg here, and then there's a peg hole on the decorative pieces. There's a peg and a 90-degree little piece that comes out where this thing will rest on it. So make sure you just line it up so the peg goes in there, and that flat piece rests just like a table top on top of it. So you've got all 3 things in, and then what you do is there's a peg on the opposite end. There's a peg hole here. You just put it in, and put it in. Now, the neat thing about this, if they don't come out, I'm going to hold them in place, a little loose at times, is you can elevate it, you can lower it, you can rotate it a bit. What I like to do, what I've discovered I want to do with this, is make this lower than the other side and have this angled down and the other side angled up. So let me show you how that looks. And little Miss Evil, we know what you're going to do. No teeth. She's after my teeth. No teeth. Oh, watch it. Go, little Miss Evil. You may walk across just one visual. Okay, she's not going to do it. Okay. Good. I better put it over on this side. Otherwise, she's going to want it. All right. So this one's down lower, angled down. I'm going to put this one up higher if I can keep it in the peg holes. This one higher and angled more, even higher still, and angled up. There. I think that gives it a pretty good look. All right. Now I think I left it on, yeah, with the switch. Now I'm going to plug in the source so you can see what it looks like. And ta-da, it looks like a reactor. And with this down and this more angled up, and you put Tony Stark on there, I think he looks great. If I can keep him up here. There we go. Feet down. And up a bit. There we go. Wonderful. All right, so we'll take them off. Put them down gently. Undo the power source. And the reason why I turn it on first is it takes a little dexterity to get to the switch and turn it off with this switch. It's possible, but you don't have great dexterity or fingernail that can grab that little switch, then turn it on first before you plug in the power source. All right, so that's the stand. We're going to put it off to the side and pause so I can go to the next section. We'll be right back. We are back, and he comes with a ton of things to include a helmeted head and the Tony Stark head. This is one of the best Tony Stark heads I've seen in ages. And they've made some good ones, by the way. But let me show you about the batteries. If you want to put batteries in this head, you have to take off this top piece, which then will take off another piece. So you've got two pieces that come off. And then here at the top is the place, and they provide a little screwdriver. That was very nice of them to provide this. You can unscrew that, get 3 batteries in it, and when you pop the light on, he will light up. And what you do is you put this piece on first, the one that goes on the top of the head, and then the mask. And the lights are definitely there. The bad thing is, once you want to turn the lights off, you have to take the 2 pieces off again, turn the switch off, lights go off, put the pieces back on again, and you're good to go. I just wish they would find a way to put the little, it wouldn't really look bad to have a little switch here. They're tiny anyway, hard to see them. That would be my 2 cents worth. Make the switches external. I'm going to keep kind of rubbing the fingerprints away if I can help it. This hat is absolutely spectacular. You'll see that in a close-up. There is this little piece here, which is basically the front part of the collar for this head. You have to put this on first. Put this on, get it over the peg, and it'll fit in there. Then you put the head on. And this is where he's going to go out of view because I'm going to have to push it in. There he is. So that little piece there goes with the sculpted head. Now, he will come with his fists on. So let me show you the hands that you have. You have fists, and the problem with fists is they will not light up. So if you're testing the lights with the fists on, you may think there's something wrong with this thing. Just take these things off. And use the other 2 sets of hands, either one of them, which will have a place where the light can shine through. This is the open finger lick, where the hands aren't bent. They'll be, straight at the side. The 2 hands I have on him right now are kind of bent up. So they're arched up, as you can see, hopefully here. So they're arched up. This one too. All right. So how do you get to these batteries? There's all sorts of connecting pieces, and it's sometimes frightening to try to pull something off, but at least with the arms and hands, the piece here just pulls off very nicely. if I can get this up a bit. Yep. And it is magnetic, which is kind of cool. So it's easy to go back on. You can hear it click in. Okay, so they pulled off. And in here is a screw. You unscrew it, put the 3 batteries in it, and then you can turn the switch on for that arm. Put that back, and that hand is going to light up nicely. I'm going to turn it off for now because I'm not going to turn all the lights on or drain them. I'll save that for the end. All right. Same thing on this side of the arm. Easy to get to, magnetic, goes on very nicely. The hard part was the legs, which lights up these pieces back here. Yeah, I think that's it. So they come up, and you can get this part up as well, and it will all light up. But getting to the light up piece was, let's just say, a strain. So you have to take this piece off first. Right on the, it's magnetic. So it's in the front part of the leg, thigh. Magnetic. It's heavy, it's die-cast. Then the thing you have to do, which is so very, very frightening to me, is you have to tug at this piece here. This whole piece right here, this whole piece, starting from here all the way down to where this bolt is or screw, you have to pull that towards you. So let me try to find a position. Hold on 1 second. Actually, let me use this. And then you just have to pull that. And you just have to, I kept trying to pull on it. I thought it would pull away very easily. It does not. You have to trust that you can pull that thing out. And it will click. You will hear it pull out. There's a screw here. You take that piece off, put 3 batteries in it, and then you can turn that leg on. And of course, this does then light up, which is cool. And this comes up. Very nice. And you turn it off. And you reverse order, put things back. Now, putting it back, you really have to, first of all, I wanted to go in very easily, but it's in there right. You want to slip it into the little latch here, then push and really push, and it'll snap in place. Then this thing, I wish everything was a magnet, but that's not the case. Then this thing, you have to make sure this is magnetic. That just goes in place. All right. So that's the leg light. Same thing on this side. You're going to have to pull this away to get the batteries in there. To get to this part, you got to open up the flaps. And then this piece here in the back, you just pull that. And out it comes. And there's a screw right there. Put 3 batteries in there. And now you think you look for a switch. There is no switch. There is a little toggle light right here on the right side in the back. You just turn that on push it in, I should say, and it will turn on. Push it in, it will turn on. Then this piece goes back. That just goes into pegs, peg holes. You close these things back up and you are good to go. All right. So we're getting there. Now, one of the things I noticed is that sometimes the shoulders don't look right. Like right now, this, just make sure you bring this thing up so it doesn't, there's not like a big gap here and it looks weird, right? You want to just make sure you just mess around with it so it looks halfway decent. All right. This thing will actually, this thing here will pop off if you're not careful. So just make sure you're being as careful as you can. It's easy to get back on, but you don't want him, I mean, you want him looking pretty good, all right? So anyway, there are other pieces that you can put on him. You can take this piece off, for example, and in its place you can put, I think that's the wrong one, this piece, magnetic. This is the missile launcher, but the missiles, they actually have it on backwards. The missiles should go this way, but they're going backwards. You don't see the gold missiles until you go to this side. So it's strange. I don't know what happened there, but that's just something you're going to have to deal with. So take it off and put it on. And then just position them, because these will move up, down. Just position them where you want them to be. If you want to put a missile launcher on his arm, this thing will pull off. So on the side, this thing will pull off. This little piece here. I want you to see it. Just a tiny piece. And thank God it's magnetic. That just goes on there. And you've got a little missile that he can launch if he wants to. On this side, if you want to use the shield, you have to pull this whole thing off. And it's always a challenge. There it is. The whole thing comes off, to include that little piece I showed you before. This little piece. So that whole piece comes out. And then you can put the shield on there. Make sure I get it on there. Ooh, you know what? I have the wrong one. No, I did have the right one. There we go. So it's kind of a cool look. A lot of things kind of can be pulled out. Like I said, the legs will pull out, or the back of the thighs. I can get my fingernail in there. Foot down here. Just all sorts of places can pull out. But if you want a lot more articulation, you can replace some pieces. So lots of things can pull out. Like I said, let me pull all these out. And here in the back, little pieces here too. So just tons of pieces can pull out. You can literally, if you wish, you can take this piece out, and this piece out, and use pieces that will just slip into a peg. So it's like this part is open, this part is open, and this part is open. So there are duplicate pieces in here. I think that's just elementary, so I won't go through that myself and show you. Because I hate messing with these things if I can help it. Let me shut everything back, you know. Okay. All right. He also has leg pieces that you can, replace this piece right here with this that's jutting out. So if you want to jut it out, look, you can. This will jut out at the side if you want this to jut out. Again, it's just a lot of things that can spice it up if you want more spicing up. For me, the only thing I'll probably use is this missile and the shield, period. That's it. I feel quite comfortable with that. I like the hands that are pointed up, and I'm good to go with that process. All right. So we will pause, and I will lay him up completely and get him into a pose that works for me, and let you see him. We'll be right back. So this is an awesome stand. The fact that you can move pieces around on the stand gives you more options in terms of how you want this figure to look. You can see the chrome. I mean, it's all chrome. It's a very substantial figure, very heavy. And later on, we'll get him all lit up for you guys so you can see everything. On his left arm is basically a missile. On his right arm is a shield. And then, of course, that wonderful head sculpt. You do see the missiles on the top of his shoulders. That's really nice too. So we'll pause and do side to side shots and then get a close up of his face, and then we'll turn him on in terms of all light so you can see him completely lit up. We'll be right back. In retrospect, I should have the rocket launcher on his right arm and the shield on his left arm, but being a left-hander, I kind of just imposed my preferences, I guess, on him unconsciously. But anyway, let's look side to side so you can see more. The chrome is just, maybe I should go all the way around so you can see the back too. And if I flip these things up, that's kind of cool too. So we'll pause now and get a tighter close-up of his face. This is an absolutely awesome head sculpt. I am so glad they came up with this particular figure, all in chrome too. Such a good touch. There you go. So we are back, and here he is completely lit up with the reactor light, the hand lights, the lights in terms of his legs and the reactor light. I'll try to go around a little bit so you can see some of the backlighting. It's just absolutely awesome here. Can't go all the way around, but you get the idea. It's absolutely a cool figure. I'm just glad they came out with him. So the room is lit up and the lights are less intense, but you can still see the hands, the chest reactor, the legs, and the reactor itself on the stand. He looks really good. This is Iron Man 2 Mark II version 2.0. Fantastic figure. Absolutely adorable. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.